All right, so I literally just posted the unboxing of this one, and I was uploading the customizing of the bat wing. I look up, there's already some, I've already got 30 views on it, which is kind of unusual, and it was amusing. And somebody put in a comment and requesting me to just go ahead and do this. I wasn't gonna review it now, but hey, why not, right? Since I'm already set up, so we'll just get on with it. It's I've got this pretty low so that we can get as much detail as we can. I already have the instructions here for the movement, which I'm gonna pay attention to because I don't want to mess it up. So bottom tray first. I'm not gonna go into detail with some of the stuff because if you bought from Mezco before, you know what to expect. Sorry for the noise, but like I said, we're just gonna do this off the cuff. I'm gonna try not to do too much editing because that's the one that usually takes a long time. We'll do the cape first because that's the easiest one to come out. It's a wired cape, it's pleather, so I don't know what kind of quality that pleather is. It might eventually degrade, who knows. The wire is, wait, is it wired? No, it's not. I don't feel any wires in here. You know, this is perfect because I need a cape for my the Batman figure from Todd McFarlane, and I need to design it, and it's too small, but I can copy the pattern. I am sorry, getting sidetracked. That's how I'm. The inside is almost like a felt material. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of the big stitching pattern because that's, you know, it's a small figure. All right, pleather, got it. Next. Oh my God, this thing is so small. Not even the right, there it is. It's not focusing, but it's the bat remote control. And can you guys see that small bat pattern? There you go, it focused enough. It focused enough. It's usual standard Mezco stand. This should come out this way. That's small film plastic, good. It protected it, very nice and shiny. Seems like it's got more space in the top. Anyway, moving on, moving on. You gotta move quickly because there is so much stuff in here. This batarang is on a wire, so you can pose this. Look, don't believe me? It is on a wire. Cool. Cool, cool. The, I don't even know what they call it, grappling arm thingy. Geez, I'm gonna need to put my glasses on because I need to inspect this really quick so that I'm not breaking it. This is on a hinge, so you should be able to do that. Why did it do that? Watch the movie. You'll know. If you've seen the movie, you know why it does that, right? I'll set this aside because you guys might be interested in seeing it clip on. So that's that for that tray, right? I'm also setting aside the cape as we will put that on later. Right, so top tray. I should have a timer clock in front of me so I know exactly how fast I'm, or how much I dawdle on with these reviews. Okay, there's so many things, so many things. We're gonna start with the grapnel gun. Grapnel gun. Please focus quickly. Okay, no paint on that side. Wow. I don't know if it's supposed to have any paint anyway, but can you see that? Am I seeing that correctly? These four rivets over here are actually painted gold. Very good detail, right? Very clean detail. It's just, there's just no paint application except for the black. What is this supposed to be the batarang, like folded up? Kind of looks like it. It's got the same four here. So now I guess we're just gonna have to compare it. Yeah, it is. So stretched out and folded up. This would be kind of this way. Nice. I didn't even know that. You know, I didn't really pay attention to what's coming in. I just wanted to figure, but it's good to know that they're putting this stuff in. When I'm talking about my reviews, my value, sometimes I say, as long as the accessories that's necessary for the figure to be displayed is there, then I think it's good. It is. But there are companies out there that not only provide the accessories that needs to come with the figure to display it properly, they go out and beyond and put in accessories that we didn't expect, but they thought about putting it in so that we are now given more range of poses available. And this is what Mezco does. I'm not gonna deny that from them, because the amount of accessories is just tremendously a lot, especially for something like this size. This is a communicator, I believe. I don't know what scene he used this on. It's got a little bit of wash, which is good because it's got a lot of detail that it needed to be brought out with a wash. Jeez, man, these things are so small. And I haven't seen the figure for a long time, so I'm not sure which scene specifically this would go to. Some sort of shuriken. Jeez. I can't even tell you how small this is. I can kind of show you. This is an inch. Okay. 2 squares is an inch, so I guess it's kind of like half an inch. Some sort of dart gun? Dart? I don't know. It's translucent. That's why I'm saying it's some sort of a dart. Like this part is translucent. A lot of batarangs. I don't know if there's any differences in any of them. It's not folded up. Okay, they're all the same, so I'm just gonna pick up 3. There's 5. They're basically the same on each side, so I don't need to flip it over too much. It's got the silvery tip color. Very nice. Like I said, there's 5. It's weird. That's why I thought one had come loose, because one was just sitting here. There's 4 slots in the tray, but there's actually 5. Cool. All right, hands. We're dealing with the hands now. Standard. It comes equipped with a standard fisted hands, and then let's see, these two must go together slightly. The open hands, completely open hands. Sorry guys, I don't know if that's focusing properly or not. I hope it is. It's got the silvery pattern on the gloves over here, as you can see. Got a lot of nice patterns in the hands. Jeez, I am honest. I just gotta stand up and see if it is focusing. Okay, it's focusing on the shots. I have to do this with 2 of my hands to make sure the background is disappearing. Okay, so that length it's focusing fine. Can I come in closer? No, I can't because it's not focusing at that point. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I can get in closer. Alright, I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Alright. This is the, I think this is for the use of, this hand would have to be used for the grappling gun, and then this one, I don't know what that's for, but you know. There's the pattern right there. You know what? Let's bring up the, see, I feel like this should be for the grappling gun, but you know, but it's loose. Let's try the other one, because the other one is slightly open, more open. Okay, so this one is for the grappling gun. And obviously can you put the tip of this one? Age, my age is showing. Because I don't know if there is really, hold on. Gotta put my glasses on to inspect this off camera. There is a hole in here. Well, there has to be a hole in here because you need to put the wire in. And you can probably put this in here. It seems like the stem of this is too big for that. So I feel like that's more towards the wire. Oh, look at this. Hold on a second as I extract this dart thingy. I didn't notice this. So as you saw earlier, the other one was wired. This one is also wired, it seems, but I didn't notice that it had this thing at the end, a cap. So I suppose this is to make sure it fits in that plug. I can't plug it. It's too small. I mean, it feels, I think like the wire, the bare wire would have been better. Yeah. Let's see if the other one's just bare wire. Yeah, see? So this one, this is the one from the earlier tray, doesn't have that cap at the end of the wire. Yeah, I'm not sure if, I don't think that's gonna be picked up by the camera, but okay, so this one is too loose. Huh. Okay, I don't know how much longer I should spend on this one, because I think I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to, when you guys have it in hand. But I'm sure that's the reason why it's got that. Anyway, that plug in there. So it's coming in with two wired batarangs, bat clips, or whatever you want to call those. Then you have these two hands which are slightly gripped. So this would be good for the I would say these are the batarang hands. Okay, I'm gonna stand up again so I can see, make sure it's focusing. I know it focuses on that distance. Okay, paint details fine. Texturing of the hands fine. And the battering obviously won't have too much of a problem sticking this one. I just won't push it in any more further than that. You don't need to. It's not as secure as it should be, but man, these are so small and pointy. I feel like if you push it, you're probably gonna break the batarang. Okay. So I'm gonna leave one of the hands out. I'm gonna leave this hand out, and I'm gonna leave the batarang out just in case we're posing. So all right. So that's it for the accessories. Now we're gonna go for the faces, right? So this is the head that has the movable eyes. So ugly, ugly. All right. From the picture, it doesn't seem as. All right. This is not sticking out as much, so it's not so bad. Once it focuses, I'm gonna try to move the hands, the eyes. Okay, hold on. There you go. I just shoot these videos on my phone, so it only goes sideways. You can only go sideways because of the way they slot it, and that's fine. Honestly, I'm not even gonna use this. You know what I'm gonna use this for? For the bat wing. I'm gonna mount it on some sort of regular body. All right, things are falling down. This is another head. This is the slightly open mouth head. Compared to the one with the movable eyes, just so you guys can see, those eyes are like shockingly wide, the movable eyes. Okay, let's see. Close up on this. Very nice. And this design is in the original in the movie. All the Batman toys that I have it. Hot Toys, the NECA 1/4 scale has it. I love that these are semi-hard but still rubbery, so they're nice and stiff. They won't bend out on you. That's a good likeness of Keaton. It always comes down to the mouth. Keaton has that kind of like small, puffy, narrow lips. Narrow sideways, not come on. This is the battle damage one. You know, there was a lot of controversy on this emblem when it was coming out, but anytime you see that emblem, you know it's 1989. Batman. Keaton. Nice paintwork. Is that a scuff mark? It is a scuff mark, but not on purpose. That's just, it's not like it's weathered or anything. I have to admit, if Mezco comes out with the Batman Returns, I might actually purchase that, because they would probably do like a battle damage one, and with the Michael Keaton one exposed to one with, you know, the other one was there one where it was like halfway open? I think there's. Okay, now we're coming down to, what is this? Another cape? I was just realizing, wait, I already pulled out the cape, so what's this in the bottom? Whoa, crap. Alright, we gotta stop for a second. I gotta figure out what fell off. This is the cape that was in the back. This one feels like it's wired. Is it? Okay, so this is wired. Got a wire outside. It's got a wire on the third pattern. Nothing. There's one in the back. So nothing. Wired and wired. So it's basically, I don't know, well, it's basically the same material, pleather, but this one has wired, the other one doesn't, which is nice, because then you have, because the, you know, if you guys know or has experienced it, when you have wiring on the cape, it's not gonna fall down normally or properly. But you know, honestly, at this scale, even this one won't fall properly. Then it's got some sort of ring over here to me. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Right, onto the figure. So I'm gonna have to look at the footage to see what was in here. It's not this one because that's there. Oh, the grappling thing. Damn it, that thing is small too. The figure. Let's see. Let's look first at how. Let's see first how it looks, right? Shoot, I don't want to mess around with this again. It might fall over. I'll protect it with this. So guys, learn from my mistake. Be very, very careful. Have something here when you're doing this, because I kid you not, this is gonna fall over. Right? It's focusing nice. This coloring, I think if you apply some sort of oil, it'll go back. This, I think they powdered it for protection. I'm gonna move back a little bit. I feel like the head's kind of too big. The sculpt is good, obviously. The belt is not gold. It's more like cadmium yellow. It's got a little bit of wash. Let's see. There. See? It's got a little bit of wash for this pattern to stand out a little bit. So that's good. The boots. Nicely detailed. I'm trying to cover it up so you can see the detail on this one. Doesn't have the Nike logo. I'm moving it back and forth just so you can, hoping it's gonna, there, there's the detail. Detail on the threads. Nice, that one. And the gauntlets. Nice detail there too. You can't avoid the joints in that one. Alright, I think you can, I'm not recommending you put oil in it, you know, depending on, it's your copy if you want to do it. But you can darken it a little bit, because if you look, you can definitely see a change in the color between the two. Alright, so the head, from the unboxing you probably saw that it's by magnets. The magnets are very strong. See? A lot of resistance in that one. And then the joints are very stiff, which is good because this is a rubber body. Now, I think, I don't know if you guys have, if any of you guys have the Hot Toys 1989 Batman, where it's got an underlayer plastic body and you have the rubber suit on it. So you can feel, actually, I have it close hand over here. Alright, so what I want to say was, watch, you can see how it pushes in, because you have an underlying body that's constructed like, you know, usual Hot 1.6 is, right? This is different. If you guys have ever heard of Phison or TB League, this is what it's like. The silicone is solid and it's got a metal armature. That's what I'm feeling from how this thing moves. That's why, now that I've felt it, This is solid silicone. That's why when I was looking at this instructions and it showed that I can lift it this much and that much, I was like, no, there's no way. Because I was thinking they would have an understructure in here, but they don't. This is Phison, so it will move this much. The problem is, it really depends on where you're at and what your climate is at. This thing is gonna crack. I already have a 112 scale body like this from TB League, and it's cracked already. It hasn't even been a year. So that is what this body is. That means you are going to get a whole lot of range on this thing. A great range. So this does not show what the elbow movement is, but if it's just like TB League, it really depends on who they, but it might go up to past 90. There's a lot of resistance at this point. So I would bend it that much. No more. Right? Which also means the twist, you won't get a lot. Let's see. See? You won't get a lot of twist in this one because that rubber is going to fight. Your twist is going to come from here. Is there a bicep twist? There is, but you're going to fight it. Okay. Man, I wish I had the other one. But it's kind of obstructed. The TB League one, it's got as strong of a joint in the bicep twist, so you can. This one, there is, but they didn't put a resistance on it, so that's basically the movement you're gonna get. The good thing about the rubber like this too is you can bring it down a little bit closer than you would on the Hot Toys, because this is soft rubber, so it's just gonna be postable. The other thing too is if you guys haven't messed around with a TB League, because it's under the rubber, you have to make sure it's you've got it positioned, the inside armature. So just be very, very careful with how much you're moving this. That much. And you're not gonna. It poses well. The problem you're gonna have is you don't want to leave it for that long. Goes up like so. Okay, the body. Very stiff, so that's fine, but don't force it too much. That's the best I would like to go with that, because I don't know how they constructed the joint. So, and then I'm only experimenting a lot on this one. Dang it! Because I want to make sure I know the position to position it back. So let's put this back like so. Out. Oh, I felt something crack here. Oh my goodness. This is scary. This is the scary part about the Phison too. But the Phison, I know they constructed well. I don't know what Mezco did. I'm trying to bring it back to the original. This is what I meant by you need to know where the joint is. If the joint is going this way or this way. Now I'm afraid to bring it back to the original position. I heard a crack. That's why now I'm really afraid. You notice this shoulder is now sitting lower than this one. So there's some sort of mechanism that I missed. I don't want to do that. Because something. I had it up like so. I feel like something cracked inside. So I'm almost afraid that they did a plastic casing here and the joints are metal. That is not good. And when I heard it crack was when the metal that I was pushing here cracked open the plastic. I don't know if somebody's going to be brave enough to inspect and cut this thing apart because it's $120. Now it's uneven. Something happened. That's how to make it even. And okay, I don't know. Goes out like so. I have to remember how I moved it so I can bend of the waist. It goes like that. It's not as flexible as the Phison, so it's not like they contracted it out. You know, usually you'll have a sideways bend. This one doesn't. I already showed this way. I'll show it coming out now that I know it's got plastic. This, see, I'm afraid to move it forward because I'm thinking it's plastic and I don't know where to put the pressure. It's not moving forward. Whoa, it's not moving forward. I mean, it might, but I'm like afraid to move it. It's supposed to. I'll show that time for. Gently rotate legs from the above directions for smooth movement. Rotating the arm from other angles can lead to the armature joint locking. Man. The sideways moves very nicely, so what's going on with the front? I might have to contact Mezco on this one, because it's not moving forward or back, and I don't want to push it much more than, because I don't know how. Let's see, this one's raised like that. Yeah, there's something definitely loose here. I'm gonna have to watch my video to see how I moved it. All right, so there's no sideways angle like that, and I feel like this, if once I get the arm down, I'm gonna put it back to the way it was. Like it's gonna be a static figure, and of course I need this down. See, I did not go forward like that. See how it's bent like that? There's something. There's a movement in this joint that I'm not familiar with. Okay, I just had to force it in an unpleasant way, because I had to bring it down, and as you can see, it's not even. You guys can see that, right? Alright, so it looks like, how is this going on? You'd think it's easy, but I don't think it goes that high. I know it's off camera, but I just need to see what's going on. Alright. Okay, the other problem, okay. So the reason it's a good thing it's got a strong magnet, because there's no way it's supposed to sit like that, right? Which means, however much this design is done, this should go out. It should sit much more lower. And there's a key to this part, so that's supposed to sit down there. I'm going to do this off camera just to see if I can bring it down lower. So the first problem is, I feel like this is supposed to socket into this hole, but the problem is this material, a lot of material in this ring that's basically plugging up that hole, so it's not big enough anymore. Usually I try to watch some other person's video to confirm what I'm seeing with mine. So what I'm doing is I am forcing it to plug in to that. That's the reason why it's sitting high. And it's magnet, man. It's not gonna be so strong that it's gonna push it in like that. Okay. All right. So dang. I don't want to have to contact customer service for that movement of the legs. All right, so push it down. There's a wire in this rib. So even with the cape, when I said I felt like the head is too big for the body, it's still feeling like it's too big for the body. I don't know, you guys can disagree with me or not, but that's what I'm seeing. The wired cape is a good thing to play with and all that stuff, but obviously I can't play with it that much because I'm afraid to move the arms. Let's try this one. This one also has a lot of material on that ring. A lot more than the other one, honestly. I don't know what they're thinking when they did this. This is to make sure you're aligning it properly with this. But I feel like they did that so that it sockets in. But you know, at this scale, when you have this much clothing, it won't give so that you can push it in there. It looks better just like that. I would almost say have a cape customized with, I don't think I should remove that collar. I'm impressed with the accessories. I was almost impressed with the Phison. I didn't want that, honestly, because I know it cracks. I was thinking of buying more of those, but when I realized the small one cracked as badly as the big one, I stopped. So I knew it was going to be a rubberized body when I pre-ordered it. I just didn't realize it's going to be the Phison way, not the Hot Toys way. So I was thinking if they went with the Hot Toys way, at least, well, I was wondering because how much movement it was going to get, because the Hot Toys doesn't move very well. That you can't push it in much more than that. So I'm supposing that if you pushed it in like that, the magnet's strong enough to hold it in place. So that's the highest, that's how it would sit. And in this instance, I think I might go with a wired cape. Oh. If you guys are into custom capes, I would suggest getting a custom cape for this one. Because at this scale, this is not going to sit down. The removal of the fist, I'm going to show that really quickly. It's good that at least it came off the fist and not at the peg. I was impressed with the magnets before, but not so much now, because that's going to be a hassle. It's going to hold that very loosely, as you can see. I'm not going to play with that as much. I did promise to put this on the hand. I don't want to because I feel like this is gonna break. Just gonna remove the cape. Sorry guys, but I just had that cape is just annoying. Annoying as heck. Let's see if this is how you're supposed to do it. This is not the way you're supposed to do it, but I feel like this is the one way of, so it's not stressing plastic so much. But you can't, I think that's supposed to be that way, but you can't flip the arm back on, the hand back on. It's what I would normally do with a shield. So I would clip it closer to the wrist, that way you're not stressing it out too much. And maybe it's supposed to go like that. And obviously if you can raise the hand, you would raise your hand. I don't want to raise the hand anymore. I know it's something broke inside. Not happy, not happy. But I'm just gonna have him standing up. What's the size of this one compared to the NECA? Sorry, I have this guy out because I was putting him in the cockpit of the modified Batwing that I'm working on right now. So this is the NECA Batman, and let's see. That's how they scale to one another. Obviously this is gonna be bigger, but I was just curious. The torso is about the same size. That one, the legs are longer. Look, the head is almost the same size. And this is a taller body, and I feel like this one's, even with this one, the head is too big. Yeah, the height, it's almost like I can move that. Why not? Oh, and then I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna peg that head on. Alright, look for a custom video on that. So at least I know this one's not gonna break. I can put this, I can modify this so that it'll fit. Alright, getting sidetracked. That's another video. Anyway, so what do I think about this? It's I had to get it. It's a 1989 Batman, and the fact that it broke on me, the fact that this is not moving and I don't want to force it unless I see another video first to see what they say. I'm not going to move that. I feel like it's going to break. Oh, I can move it. The reason why I'm pinching it here is I know this is plastic. I know this is plastic. I just know it. There's plastic here. Metal joints for that stiffness that I'm feeling. They say you can move this up to 90. You can try, but I'm at this point where I'm kind of leery with. It's very stiff. I'm kind of leery with how this joint system works, because when I was initially moving it, I was already comparing it to the TB League, and the TB League had more movement range. You can go sideways like this at the waist, and this might do as well. Maybe mine is just stiff. I don't know. It needed to be stiff because it needed to fight the rubber, but at the same time, it didn't need to be stiff like that. So anyway, I think I'm going to stop the review at this point, guys. When you get yours, just be very, very careful. If you haven't played with this kind of body, be very, very careful. That's all I can say. Because it's hidden. We don't really know how this thing is, the joints are constructed. So I feel like this figure is more of a standing pose, which basically means all that accessory is useless. This is the first figure they have with this kind of construction, I believe, because it's usually cloth. You see? Oh my god, it is broken here. See how it's bending like that? Something broke. Dang it. So if I need to move this, I need to move this back. I need to move it here. So there's got to be still a metal part there. Damn it. I mean, I don't blame it for doing the movement test on camera, not outside of camera, because this thing would have happened the same way, whether I'm on camera or not, because you saw how I was being careful with moving it. So I was thinking this is all metal, and it's not. But I can't bring it down any more closer than this, because it might still be metal, but it's just whatever casing is in there cracked open at the seam. But the way it sounded like plastic. Well, there's my review of the 1989 Batman from Mezco. I'm gonna pose it with my Christopher Reeve Superman, and then I think it's just gonna be standing. The cape, it's wired. It's a nice gimmick, but man, at this scale, you don't want to be doing this kind of thick plastic, leather. It's a nice material. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's just not gonna drape. So you might want to get a custom cape. And then of course, I don't know what kind of material they used in terms of the silicone wise, what grade. It might crack, I don't know. Taking all that into account, it's got a nice range of accessories. You are not going to be able to use them because you're going to be very scared of posing this and very scared of breaking it. At least I am. So those accessories are basically kind of almost useless for me. I don't know. I don't know how to rate it. I'm kind of glad I got it. But at the same time, I'm afraid to pose it. Or I'm afraid to play with it. So it becomes almost as a... I know I'm pushing it again. So there. I got it. Just being very careful not to damage whatever's broken inside here anymore, because I still need it for the bend. I can still bend it. Every time I hear something though, I just know I'm making it worse. and you can't repair it without cracking this open. I don't know. I'm kind of prolonging the video. I don't know why. Okay, I know why. Because I'm kind of not sure how to recommend this. If you want to have a Mezco 1989 Batman, and you're willing to splurge the $120, if you can still get it, get it. Don't pose it standing like this, because you know eventually this is gonna crack. I think mine was just standing and still cracked because of the climate. If you gotta have it, buy it. If you don't need it in your collection, you know, I think the best thing that I can use, best thing that I can use in this one are the multiple heads, because it does come with 4 heads. 4 freaking heads, man. Okay, so in that part, I'm like amazed. I'm happy, and I think I'm gonna use the movable eyes on the neck of Batman. What else? I have nothing else to say, but just be careful when yours comes in. Thank you for watching. I hope this was very helpful for you guys. I hope you guys stayed as long as you needed to see, and I hope that you guys saw that break or heard that break, so that you're careful with your version when it comes in. Have a nice day.